Hi guys, Boris from BK Forex. Welcome to our Forex Daily Technicals for 10/7/10/14. Deal or no deal. As always, trading foreign exchange on margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. I ask you to read this disclaimer very carefully to understand all the risks associated with trading on margin and seek advice from a independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. Well, of course, the deal no deal refers to the idea that perhaps over the weekend pressure on the Republicans could force us to the table and create some kind of a sealed budget compromise that could put risk back on the table. One of the interesting things that's happening today that I think gives a clue to how the market is thinking is the fact that dollar yen has refused to break the 97 handle. It found support 97 bids, and as the day comes to a close, so basically coming into the weekend, there's buyers on the hope that there is some positive resolution over the weekend. If that indeed happens, that will be positive for all the yen pairs, and that should create some upside momentum. 98 is the near-term resistance, but it should probably blow through that, and the real big resistance then becomes around 99 as we cross 98.50, 99 as this key overhead. Still puts, for the time being, still puts dollar yen in a very negative mode. But if we do get up into the 99s, that would completely negate the negative structure. We would pretty much come back up off the highs made over here, and certainly hold the 97 as a double bottom would produce a much more positive structure for dollar yen going forward. So definitely worth watching that pair, as that's probably going to be a clue to a lot of the trade going forward. If you want to look at the other interesting yen crosses, the strongest yen cross, let me see if I can find this, here it is, so far is Aussie yen, because Aussie has just been a relative strength performer. And if you do get a positive push on yen into the start of the week, this break above 92 really opens up a run all the way up to a possible test of around 94s. So if you're going to trade positive risk, probably Aussie yen would be the best trade here going forward, as it shows a lot of relative strength into the weekend. As to the euro, you start to see a little bit of euro collapse on the close here. That partly could be just a little bit of a dollar rally. It could also be a fact that this 36.50 simply just failed to push through. We're trying to push through the 37s, which is the yearly highs. Couldn't quite make it, and now naturally you have profit taking in the pair. And the profit taking now takes us clearly towards the 35 level as a support level. But really, the really big support level is the 34.50, which was the breakout level here from which it originally made its push higher. So if you have a full consolidation here towards 34.50s, that could mean that we have made a near-term swing high at 36.50 level in the euro dollar. If we negate all of this, if 36.50 gets taken out, then certainly 37 really comes into view, and we're possibly looking at fresh yearly highs as we start running into the end of the year. So euro down, by no means out, but definitely a profit taking is the bigger theme. The weaker pair so far, and something that we've been talking about for a while, is cable. Cable really just got crushed today. We came off the 62s, and we really started to test the 160. 160 is key support, but again, here the really big support is 159. So 160 gets given, it's really going to be 59.50, 59 as the key support from which we broke out here. Cable is notorious, of course, for making big runs and big corrections, and this is just a classic profit-taking move in cable. One of the interesting things about UK is that, yes, data continues to be positive, but the rate of improvement is slower, and that just simply may be the reason for short-term profit-taking. We just don't have good enough news. The key tell that we talked about in our BK room was the fact that we had positive UK PMI services on Thursday, and we still couldn't rally to fresh highs. That turn was probably one of the best signals for profit-taking in cable, and provided all of this flow today, and looks like it's going to be a continuation. If we do get any kind of dollar positive news, that is resolution on the budget, we certainly have potential here for further profit taking in cable as we go down. Which, by the way, if you're looking at crosses here, where's my cable? Let me see if I can pull this up manually. Sorry. If you're trading relative strength, and certainly pound Aussie, now coming into this very, very key support here at essentially 69. Break here opens up around towards 67.50, and possibly even all the way out to 65. Double topping big time here at around 70, 72, 74.50, 75. Excuse me. And the same kind of double topping you also see in Euro Aussie, which also looks like it's ready to break and teetering on the edge of support here Looks 142 given in Euro Aussie. Pushes us all the way out to 140. And as you can see, also double top here, 150 distribution, and possibly a breakdown here as you get Aussie relative strength. Aussie itself looks relatively healthy. We held up above 95, but what is a really big test here for the Aussie is 90. Excuse me, we held up above 94. What's a really big test is 95 handle, because if that gets taken out, if 95 gets taken out, it's a much stronger push and a possibly push all the way out to 97. At this point, 95 is still pretty much the key resistance it's got to overcome, so that could be a big look. Given the fact that you may have some dollar positive news, it's going to be interesting to see if Aussie can have that kind of relative strength to take out 95s as we go forward. Last but not least, let's take a look at the caddy. Where's the dollar CAD? Here's dollar CAD. Not much action here, but it still continues to kind of drift lower here. Caddy still strengthening a little bit. As 103.50 was something that we talked about, was a key resistance level. It's definitely given, but now it's just consolidation. 102.50 support. 102 is the big support. Really, basically 102 is the very, very big support here that would need to be broken for a Canadian dollar to get even stronger than this. But for now, it's just basically consolidation with 102.50 topping it out. Break above here puts us back on track towards a test of the 105s. So we'll watch that carefully as well. That's pretty much how the week shapes up. It's going to be very, very politically motivated. There's not much event risk next week, so it's all really going to be driven by headlines from Washington and the possibility or the disappointment of some sort of budget resolution over the weekend, which could create a lot of gap openings on Sunday night. So watch for that, and watch for the rest of developments as we trade out the week. This is Boris Schlossberg for BK Forge, over and out.